Rumbling, stumbling, and a bumbling, ladies and gentlemen. Here we are, Friday morning, K Morning Radio broadcast on the air and in your hair. And look at this. It's time once again for another Wacky Report. Only, ladies and gentlemen, what a treat. This one coming to us live and direct from New England. It's Chelsea, Massachusetts. Wacky, Tom Czarnecki. Good morning, Tommy.
Good morning. I'm exactly 1,240 miles away. And I'm going to tell you about a horrible experience I had on Wednesday night.
Horrible experience on Wednesday night. Wacky, you cannot have a horrible experience and deliver a Wacky Report. What went on?
Okay, 6:50 p.m. I'm departing out of Tampa Airport. We get delayed till 8:15 p.m. I get a pregame warning speech. It sounded like, a coach telling you, hey, listen, they're going to run the ball. Don't worry about the pass. You lined up 12 men in the box, and guess what? They throw a flea flicker right over your head. Then we get out of the terminal. We get another pregame speech, and they said, listen, most likely in these situations, we'll be ready to take off in 5 minutes. But guess what? 5 minutes later, we get another speech. It was a postgame speech. Listen, the guys in the orange jackets are not allowing us to leave. They're prohibiting us to leave because traffic issues. And I'm thinking in my head, why don't we just go over the plane, through the gutters, and go right under and land right in Boston, Massachusetts, okay? So now everything is fine. It's 11:30 p.m., and we get out of the plane. We go in the car. We're going down the road, and guess what?
What?
The bridge is closed.
The bridge
is... go around... Yeah, the bridge is closed. So we have to go around the whole town. But good thing we're driving a Cadillac, for crying out loud. We got a free upgrade to a Cadillac with leather seats and everything. And
What's up with the bridge being closed?
Doing it for a year. Nobody pre-warned me about that.
You know what I'm thinking? It's the Obama stimulus plan. They're rebuilding the roads up there in Chelsea, Massachusetts.
Yeah, I thought they wanted me to take a scenic route, for crying out loud.
Oh, man. So anyway, you're safe and sound. You're up there in Chelsea, Massachusetts, and you are ready to deliver the Wacky Report.
Absolutely, just like every week.
Well, there you go. Friday morning, nothing's finer than to be in Carolina. Here we are. It is the Wacky Report. Guess what's happening tonight?
Denellen football.
TWD, ladies and gentlemen, Tony W. Downs back on the air broadcasting another stellar football game. This one's going to be coming to you live and direct over the K in the Morning Radio Network from Bellevue. It is the Rattlers and the Denellen Tigers. Tell us about the game.
Well, Bellevue Rattlers are 1-4. They won last week in a nail biter against Eastside. But guess what? Denellen Tigers 3-3. They had 2 weeks to prepare, and guess what?
Going to be
Bellevue
too tough.
Rattlers. What's that?
Going to be too tough.
Too tough, because Bellevue scored 20 points all season, but they're giving up 41 points per game, Kay.
Oh,
I don't know if anyone can do anything to stop Denellen from winning this game on the road. And remember, Yancey is the head coach there, the second year in waiting.
Mm-hmm. I think you and I could probably beat him in a pickup game.
Yeah, but you know what? The wrestling head coach, I met him. His name is Clint Sawyer, who's out of Iowa. He's amazing. He told me that the talent of the kids trying out for the football team was just insane. I mean, they were very low-key. There were a lot of freshmen and sophomores. And, this wrestling coach said, the bad thing about the school is that they practice in the cafeteria as far as the wrestling program.
Right.
If anyone wants to help out the facility, and we appreciate, the young kids that want to do better in their life, we can't make it harder on them. Send an email to the coach at Clint.Sawyer, S-A-W-Y-E-R, at Marion.K12. Tell him you want to help the program and find out any legal ways of helping this team, because they don't need to be setting up the mats and pulling the table down and chairs every night to practice for wrestling, So I just
insane.
feel bad about that situation.
That's insane. They need a facility down there, and I don't understand it. I've been down to Bellevue High School a time or two, and to my recollection, it was a very big building. They had a pretty large place, and they got a great football field.
Right, I'm thinking, why can't they practice in the basketball court?
Why, or
I
something?
don't know what's going on.
Do they not have a gymnasium down there in Bellevue? I don't understand that at all.
I don't know. Got gymnasium?
I don't know. Clint.Sawyer at MarionK12.com. What was that, or dot what?
It's at Marion.K12.
Marion.K12. Yeah,
he's a good guy. He's a good-hearted man, too, and they have a lot of good talent. I can't believe they're doing that every day with the wrestling program.
It's insane. Email Clint and find out what's going on down there, folks, how we can help out. All right, let's move on here. We got college football tomorrow. Look at this. The Gators are off. They're guaranteed not to lose a game tomorrow.
Yeah, they got a week off, and then they got to play Georgia on the 29th. Kay, did you watch the Gators play Auburn last week?
No, I missed it.
All right.
And I guess I'm glad I did.
I don't know about that because when the score was 7-6, total of 13 points, there was 13 punts at the time that occurred. That's one punt for every point, Kay.
Oh, one punt. Oh, my God. It's a punt fest.
13 punts in the first 2.5 quarters.
Wow. Okay, so well, I guess we didn't miss much, though. They lost again. Boy, I don't remember a season this bad in a while for Florida.
Well, Will Muschamp, he's in trouble, not because of his record, but because he has an anger management problem on the sideline.
That I did see.
I mean, he's yelling. He's getting the players up close.
Yep.
He's starting to remind me of Brian Kelly out of Notre Dame when they had a fit about that, too. So he said on the national television he will try to fix that problem.
Yeah,
I think you should
Woody
try
Hayes.
to fix your team problem first.
It'd be like Woody Hayes. He might smack somebody with a helmet.
That's true. Or tackle somebody on the sideline when they're trying to score.
Yeah, oh, my God. All right, okay, here we go. We got FSU and Maryland. Is Jimmy Bob Boy going to be able to do anything this week?
Well, Florida State, they blew out Duke 41-16. They're 3-3 against Maryland. They're minus 16 at home. The Terrapins last week had Clemson on the ropes. They had a 17-point lead at halftime, Kay, and they blew that at home, and they always played Clemson tough. Florida State shouldn't have any problem with this game. I think slowly Florida State is showing the true metals on this season.
Bunch of Indians going after a bunch of turtles. That ought to be something.
A bunch of turtles, that's
My
correct.
God. Okay, we got Miami and the Ramblin' Wreck from Georgia Tech.
Yeah, number 12, Georgia Tech, 6-1 coming into town. Miami is favored in this game, 3-3. Georgia Tech, Ramblin' Wreck lost to Virginia last week, and the week before, Maryland had them on the ropes. Now, they have to get out of this funk. They're playing really good football on the edges. I think Miami's going to have problems. But I expect the Miami Hurricanes at home this weekend to pull off a small upset. What do you think about that, Kay?
I think that's a good deal. We need a little good news here in Florida with all the footballs being played.
With all the problems, huh?
Oh, man, we got problems, I'm telling you. We got the South Florida Bulls. It looks like they're going to play the Cincinnati Bearcats.
Yeah, the South Florida Bulls, they're on a 2-game slide. They lost a 16-10 to University of Connecticut last week in a defensive battle. Now, the last 4 meetings, the away team came out victorious. Cincinnati loves to throw the ball all around the field, but guess what? The South Florida Bulls are going to stop this rain track, and they're going to come out with a win here and pull out the first one in 3 games.
All right, there you go. You heard it right here, ladies and gentlemen. Get it, bet it, and forget it. Let's move on to the pros, the NFL, the National Football League. Oh, my God, the game of a lifetime. I've been waiting for this one. First of all, the Miami Dolphins are just pretty pathetic. Did you see the Monday night game?
Yeah, it was pretty pathetic. They
It
go
was
down
sad.
the field, and they could not punch it in the end zone.
You know what? Brandon Marshall can't catch a cold.
Yeah, and he's been talking smack all week how he's going to be kicked out of the game, and that meant he was going to supposedly perform well, and Camardi was in the end zone, the defensive player for the Jets, threw him to the left, and just picked it off, no penalties, ran it back 102 yards for a touchdown, for crying out loud.
I think he dropped more passes than they completed. I mean, it was just sad. It was just really, really sad. And then fumbling, stumbling, bumbling, drop passes all over the place. The Jets didn't play a whole heck of a lot better. They just, put a couple points up on the board.
Yeah, and Marshall's had that problem all year long. He's talking snap, he can't catch the football.
It was sad.
It's a sad situation.
So
maybe
now
we
they're
should talk about this game.
Well, they're 0-5 now, right?
They're 0-5, the Ophers.
The Ophers. They're going to be 0-6 after this week because guess who's coming to town?
Tebow and Company, huh?
It's Tebow and Company, ladies and gentlemen. He's not just coming to hold the clipboard. They're letting the kid start. Like I've said, let him play. Let the kid play. Tebow's going to start for the Denver Broncos against the Miami Dolphins this weekend. And, man, that ought to be a dandy to watch.
Yeah, you know what, though? The good thing is it's at 1 p.m. It's not going to be prime time. The Broncos have 1 win, 4 losses. This is the last place that Tebow won a national championship against the Oklahoma Sooners. You remember that about 3 years ago?
Yeah, who could forget? I mean, he's going to come in. He's going to play very, very well. I predict he's going to play very, very well. He's going to get a victory. He's going to have some rough spots, naturally. I mean, it's his first pro game to start. But I do think that it'll give Denver a victory, and John Fox will be very glad he finally made the decision that needed to be made.
Right. But you know what? 32 games in a row. When Miami was behind in the fourth quarter, they just cannot seem to pull it out. Does anybody have any T-shirts out there that says "Got Marino"?
Yeah, got Marino. Oh my God! You know, it's something like the Gators have struggled and struggled and struggled since Tebow left. The Dolphins have struggled since Marino left. I mean, man, oh man, you've got to get a franchise player in there, and they're looking at the one. They're going to be playing the one they should have had this weekend.
Yeah, you know what though? There's a trend in here too. In 2007, Trent Green. In 2009, Chad Pennington, and then in 2011, Chad Henne, all are out because of shoulder injuries.
Yeah, what's going on with the turf down there? They're all getting shoulder injuries.
I don't know, but that doesn't seem good. But look, let's talk about the bright spot for Tebow.
Okay.
In 2010, he was 41 out of 82 passes, 50%. He had 5 touchdowns, 3 interceptions, and he was rushing 43 for 227 yards, 5.5 yards rushing for 6 touchdowns. And this year, he's 4 for 10 with 1 touchdown, 7 for 37 rushing with 1 touchdown. And you know what? That's like 5.5 times every time he touched the ball. There's a touchdown somewhere in the end zone.
Yep, absolutely. So here's the game plan for Denver. You get Tim Tebow to the side and you say, here you go, kid. Here's the ball. Go out there. Have fun. That's the game plan.
Yeah. And here's the game plan for Miami. You take 2 spy guys because you know Tebow's going to try to force himself to run. He cannot really throw the ball that great with spy or accuracy. And you know what? Miami come out victorious this weekend.
Yeah, you're dreaming. You're dreaming. You really think so?
Is dreaming or thinking about something big?
Yeah, let me ask you something. Is this the Wacky Confident Play of the Week?
Heck no.
I didn't think it was. All right. So there you have it, ladies and gentlemen. That's going to be the big game of the week. Well, I just hope it's on TV here. All right. Next up, we got Tampa and the Bears.
Yeah, the 4-3 Tampa Bay Buccaneers. They beat the New Orleans Saints last weekend. And Chicago, who's 3-3, manhandled Minnesota. Now, both of these teams are averaging 320 offensive yards per game. I think the edge goes to Chicago because they don't have problems in the red zone. They're having 24 points a game, Kay.
Wow.
Yeah.
You know, Tampa's the bright spot in professional football in Florida this year again.
Absolutely.
Oh, my God. Okay, look at this. Look what's happening Monday night. Second Monday night in a row with a Florida feature.
Isn't that nice?
We have the Baltimore. Where are they playing? This one's going to be in Baltimore. Yeah, they're going to be playing in Baltimore, I think. We have the...
Jacksonville.
Is it in Jackson? That's right, it is in Jacksonville. The Baltimore Ravens coming down to visit Tony W. Downs' Jacksonville Jaguars.
Before we go any further, how good was Jacksonville last year?
I can't remember because I don't follow Jacksonville at all.
They were not that good. How is Monday Night Football picking these teams who's going to play in Monday night?
That's a real good question. That's a good question. Miami wasn't that good either.
Yeah, they had 3, 4, 5 wins maybe last year. And they said, let's just put them on a Monday night special.
How are they picking them? Is it money? Is somebody buying these Monday night slots?
You know what? I'll tell you what. Next week, I will have the answer for you.
Oh, man. Wacky Tom Czarnecki, he can find the answers. You come up with more stuff and the answers to the most obscure questions than anybody I've known. It must be something in the water up there in Chelsea, Massachusetts.
I don't know about the water. We have bottled water up here. I tell you what. But the Jacksonville Jaguars, I told you last week it was going to be a tough game against Pittsburgh. Well, they were down 17 points. They came back and they barely pulled off an upset on the road at Heinz Field. And the Baltimore Ravens, who are 4-1, they're going to come to Jacksonville and just take care of business. But I think Jacksonville, because their quarterback situation, and they've been playing him for 3 weeks in a row, is getting better and better, and I think Jacksonville is getting a better team as well.
You think they're going to beat the Ravens?
I think the Ravens are going to win, but Jacksonville is going to show you why they're on Monday night this weekend.
All right, let's hope so. Let's hope there's a reason for them being on Monday night this weekend. All right, you got anything else before we go?
Absolutely. The Green Bay Packers, when they started 5-0 this year, the last 6 times that team went 5-0 in history of the Green Bay Packers. They won the Super Bowl. So can we just pencil them in? They're going to the Super Bowl this year?
Yeah, I think you might as well pencil them in because I'll tell you what, they are looking pretty doggone stout. That Aaron Rodgers, he has really turned out to be something I didn't expect. I thought the Green Bay Packers were kind of going to implode after Brett Favre left, and I think he thought so too.
I don't know about that because I'll tell you a secret. I had a free bet play with a certain company, and they asked me, do you think they're going to win more than 12 games this year or less than 12 games? I said they're going to be over 12 games. So we're going to see if Wacky is right about that.
I think so.
You know, Aaron Rodgers looks great. Their team's healthy. They might be able to be a back-to-back Super Bowl winning team.
They very well could be. I look for them to go at least 14-2, if not more.
Absolutely. And you know what? Christian Ponder, the ex-Florida State quarterback, who was picked number 12 last year for Minnesota, he's going to get the start this weekend with Minnesota. And Rex Grossman, your ex-Florida Gators, he gets benched with Washington. He had the most interception in a year that he's ever been in the NFL.
He's an ex-Chicago Bear, too.
Ex-Chicago Bears that went to the Super Bowl against Indianapolis 5 years ago, I believe it was 4 years ago, in the rainstorm.
There you have it. All right, real quick before we go, who you liking in the series, in the World Series? Because they are playing that silly little game of baseball still.
I know, they said about 80% of the first game winners that wins the first game, which St. Louis did, is normally going to win the World Series. I think, for some reason, the St. Louis pitching at the end may just pull it off, even though Texas has better hitting. I just think St. Louis is doing a better job hitting the ball and everything. So
when are they going to put instant replay in baseball? Because the umps blew one the other night in the bottom of the ninth with 2 outs. They blew it, where the guy fouled it off his foot, and they called it a fair ball, and the game ended. Where they had this infrared replay camera showing clearly that the ball hit the guy's foot when he whacked it.
Well, you're totally correct about that. And at that time when that happened, good thing I was on JetBlue. Everybody, if you're going to fly, get JetBlue. They got direct TV on there. You get your headset hooked up, and you can watch the whole game.
Wow.
Even with the delays, it was a great situation.
Cool. Did you see the replay?
Yeah, I've seen the replay, and you're correct about that.
I just don't know.
There's no reason for that to happen.
I just don't understand why they think baseball is such a pure game that we can't have replay. I've seen more calls blown in baseball than any other sport because things happen so quickly like that. And like they were saying on the air, he didn't react right away to his foot. And they said that it's impossible for anybody to react to pain as quick as that ball hit his foot. I mean, it took him a second for him to feel it. But anyway, they got to put replay, especially in a play like that.
But you know what, Kay? If it was a home run and they had a replay, if it hit the pole or went to the left of the pole, they would have checked their instant replay.
Yeah, well, there you go. All right, there you go, ladies and gentlemen. Get it better, forget it. The Wacky Report brought to you this week and every week by
Wacky Neck Consultants. Get it, bet it, forget it. Send an email to wackynecky@yahoo.com or go to wackynecky.com. See you next week, go Tigers, and you know what? Have a great weekend.